Imagine standing in front of the Great Sphinx of Giza, gazing up at its massive archaeological feats, and wondering what secrets it holds. This enigmatic structure has been a symbol of ancient Egypt's greatness for over 4,500 years. But what if I told you that there is much more to this mysterious monument than meets the eye? Today we dive deep into the unexpectedly discovered tunnels and chambers that have remained untouched for centuries beneath the Great Sphinx, exploring every nook and cranny to expose the secrets that have been hidden from view. We'll discuss the purpose of these tunnels and chambers, what mysteries they hold, and what they tell us about the ancient civilization that built them. You might think you know a lot about the Great Sphinx of Giza, but get ready to have your mind blown. Stick around till the end as we show you a side of this ancient wonder that you never even knew existed. In the last few years, there's been an intensification of interest in the possibility of undiscovered tunnels and chambers laying deep beneath the sand and stone of the Great Sphinx. For centuries, these have remained shrouded in mystery and off-limits to everyone. This mind-boggling theory can be traced back to the early 19th century. In 1817, Italian adventurer Giovanni Battista Caviglia was digging around the Sphinx when he discovered a vertical shaft between the paws of the statue. Caviglia got far deep down before giving up on the idea of excavating the rest of the Sphinx. Later, in 1853, Auguste Mariette, a French Egyptologist, uncovered a small room under the Sphinx's left paw. However, he ended up being overwhelmed by the huge scale of the exploration task and decided to end his attempt. The idea of a larger network of tunnels and chambers under the Great Sphinx gained popularity in the 20th century when Edgar Cayce, an American clairvoyant, famously claimed that an ancient library was hidden below the Sphinx. This so-called Hall of Records is said to house piles of documents, scrolls, and other materials with information regarding the lost city of Atlantis or even extraterrestrials. Cayce also believed that this hall contains crucial knowledge about the history of Egypt and Earth's ancient past. It is assumed that the discovery of the Hall of Records would be of great benefit to humanity and would have significant implications on our understanding of world history, specifically the origin of the ancient Egyptian civilizations. Cayce prophesied the Hall of Records would be discovered and opened between 1996 and 1998. He even made many references in his prophecies to the hall's location under the Sphinx. Despite the many efforts of his supporters to maintain this prophecy, no physical evidence for the existence of such a library was ever found. The discovery of the Hall of Records has been a long-standing mystery, and in 1980, ZAHI HAWASS, Egypt's chief director of the Supreme Council of Antiquities, and Mark LEHNER, an American archaeologist, attempted to solve it. After months of excavation, they discovered access tunnels to several large, apparently natural, caves directly under the Sphinx. One of these tunnels was hidden under the limestone masonry at the very back of the statue. They proceeded to excavate this tunnel that descended for about 5 meters below the ground level of the Sphinx. Sadly, it proved simply to be just a tunnel, with no obvious function and no connected chambers. Continuing in this long history of speculation and conjecture regarding chambers and tunnels linked to the Sphinx, various new scientific methods were used to try and find yet undiscovered areas. Florida State University carried out a remote sensing survey around the Sphinx for 3 weeks. They claimed to have found rooms and tunnels in front of the Sphinx and running from its rear. In 1987, a Japanese team from Waseda University, Tokyo, conducted an electromagnetic sounding survey of the monument. They reported evidence of a tunnel oriented north to south under the Sphinx, a water pocket 2.5 to 3 meters below the surface near the south hind paw, and another cavity near the north hind paw. In 1991, a team consisting of geologists Robert Schoch from Boston University, Thomas Dobecki, and John Anthony West used seismic refraction, refraction tomography, and seismic reflection to look for anomalies around the Sphinx. They interpreted their data to indicate shallower subsurface weathering patterns toward the back and deeper weathering patterns toward the front, which they considered to conclude that the back of the Sphinx and its ditch were carved later than the front. They also suggested that there exist subsurface cavities near the front left paw, and from the left paw back along the south flank. Later on, a man-made underground chamber that measured 1.42 meters by 1.06 meters and 2 meters deep was also found. All of these discoveries have been hailed as a major step in solving the mystery of what's hidden underneath the Great Sphinx. However, suddenly silence came. as if every living Egyptologist had lost all interest in finding out the truth of the underground world. Published articles shifted their focus away from this mystery and previous discoveries were completely denied. Many researchers felt that the Egyptian government is concealing something from the rest of the world. Why did HAWASS publicly announce that there is nothing at all below the Sphinx, neither any tunnel nor a single chamber, when there have been many photos of him descending a shaft from the head of the Sphinx and another at the far rear of the statue's body? Why did the Egyptian authorities put a gag order on any stories referring to the underground tunnels or chambers? Why did this story suddenly disappear and all the attention became focused on trying to hide the secrets beneath the Sphinx? Are people supposed to simply forget what they have seen several times in the past and accept denials without question? There is still much that we don't know about the Sphinx, and there is still a wide room for more discoveries to be made and revealed to the public. But where do these cavities and tunnels lead? What is inside them? Who built them and what was their exact purpose? Answers to these questions remain a complex riddle, as countless pieces of information about the Sphinx are mixed up in a cloud of mystery. Some researchers believe that they were used by ancient Egyptians or possibly another unknown civilization that preceded them for some kind of ritual or ceremonial purposes, and even for offering treasures and monuments to Pharaoh Khafra. Others claim that this intricate network of passageways and secret rooms underneath the Sphinx could lead us to the Hall of Records. Another common theory implies that if there are tunnels down there, they must serve as an underground connection between the pyramids and the Sphinx. HAWASS proposed that they were simply natural formations, such as underground water channels or limestone cavities. Without conclusive scientific evidence, it is still impossible to determine the exact purpose of the mysterious tunnels and chambers beneath the Sphinx. Perhaps the most surprising and worrying aspect of this discovery is that it has been kept hidden from public view for so long. Archaeologists have been studying these tunnels and chambers for several years, but they have not yet released all their findings. Their claim is that they are still in the process of analyzing and interpreting the data, and no public statements will be made before they are absolutely sure about the significance of this discovery. However, this secrecy has led to speculation and rumors about what previous excavations have found. It is even believed that researchers have discovered something that the authorities don't want the public to know about. Perhaps they have uncovered evidence of an ancient technology or a lost civilization that could change what we know about the history of ancient Egypt. Of course, there is no proof to support such conspiracy theories, but what we are sure about is that there is still much to uncover and explore. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for joining us, and stay tuned for more upcoming mysteries.